I'm hearing this, and my brain automatically goes, for some reason. See? Part of the... Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And, well, it's time. We are going to listen to more Expedition 33 music. I told you guys before on the first video that I did with a song from this game. It was Une vie à t'aimer, I believe. And I told you guys, a friend of mine recommended me that song. He said, go listen to the song, like don't read the comments, don't see anything about it, just listen. And the song was 11 minutes long, and I will be 100% honest and transparent with you. I didn't think that the video would go well. I was like, this video has no visuals, it's just like the cover art for the song. The song is huge, and the song had a lot of information. It was, again, 11 minutes long, and it had a lot of harmonies. That was like, yeah, I don't know if people will like it. However, that video exploded. It was up to this point my video with the most views, and most of you guys went to the comment section and you either recommended me to watch more and listen to more of those songs and also play the game, which I plan on doing in the future. So yeah, time to analyze more of that song. But first, if you're new here, my name is Alicia. I'm a singer-songwriter and a vocal coach. As a singer-songwriter, I just released a couple weeks ago a new original song of mine. It's a rock song. It's called The Crown Might Fall. So if you're watching to this and then you're curious about my own singing, please check the link in the description to listen to my original music. I'm also on Spotify, Apple Music, and all major music platforms. And as a vocal coach / voice teacher, I work mostly with contemporary singing and also vocal distortions. These distorted, raspy, gritty sounds. And my work, as I said, is based mostly on laryngophysiology, so understanding what the muscles that we have inside our larynxes do in order to achieve the sounds that we want. So without further ado, let's listen to Alicia. So beautiful. This is so beautiful. All right, so it sounds quite classical, right? Which is fantastic. Let me research here the name of this singer, because now I'm quite curious. Alice Duport. I think that's the way to pronounce her name, Alice Duport. She's incredible. And yeah, it sounds quite classical. In contemporary singing, if we were to analyze this sound in contemporary singing terms, using the framework that we have inside vocal anthropophysiology, I would call this a Gregorian voice. Which means that the vocal folds are passive. They are closing, but they are closing by air pressure instead of muscle tension. And that creates this classical vibe to the sound. We also have, of course, vibrato. It sounds, or it wouldn't sound that classical without them. That reminds me a lot of the soundtrack for Final Fantasy 15. And it gives me some of those vibes here. We have all the strings, the piano, and yeah, it's sounds incredible. One of the things that I admire the most in classical music in general, or concert music, as some people describe it, is dynamics. Pay attention to how, like, everyone as a group, how sometimes they make things like so quiet and soft and gentle, and how they build up that sound at times also and make everything way more aggressive and louder. That's fantastic. And, well, that's really hard to do, to be honest with you, especially if you're in a rock band setting. Like, to convince the musicians that sometimes we need to calm down and play and sing quieter so that we have room to grow after. That's quite a challenge, believe me. In the rock setting, okay, everyone understands that when we are discussing, but we go into the stage and suddenly everyone is just super loud. But that's incredible when we are listening to live music and the musicians have that ability to play the music really quiet and gentle at times, and then they build something else from there, and they have way more strength and power. That's something that I really admire and I'm seeing here, so it's important to point out. Also, about the lyrics, I told you guys in the first one that, yes, I am indeed trying to learn French. I live in Canada, but I had no experience learning French before. I'm trying to do it, but slowly. You know, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to that, unfortunately. However, some people told me that because the language for the music in this game is not exactly the French that we know nowadays. Like, they created some sounds, they created some expressions, and they played around with the language, even having French as its basis, that even people like from France, and a lot of people from France commented on my last video, even people who like speak French really well, they would have troubles to understand the lyrics. So I'm not even trying. I'll be honest with you, I'm just paying attention to the music, to the vocals, to the instrumentation. Yes, I'm experiencing this not exactly as a piece of poetry, but as music. And I also, again, it's important to point out, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys who are watching this right now, you guys play the game. I have not. So I also want to know from you, how was the experience of listening to this after haven't played the game, because I had a lot of games that I would listen to the soundtrack after and it would give me chills. For instance, this, I don't remember the name of the song, but that song, that's the soundtrack for Final Fantasy X, like the lake scene. Oh my god. It hits heavy once you've played the game. So I believe it is kind of the same idea here if you played Expedition 33. Okay, let's keep going. String harmonies, they just sound so incredible. And I was talking about that in the video that I did for Une Vie à t'aimer, how I just love duets between violin and electric guitar. In fact, I even wrote one in the past for a recital that I had. and it's just incredible. But also having a string quartet like this, like with the violin, the viola, the cello. Okay, probably that's what's giving me the Final Fantasy 15 vibes. That fourth right there. I'm hearing this, and my brain automatically goes, for some reason. See? part of that motif is there. But then they change it right after. The dynamics now super soft. And she's extremely expressive, like looking at her face, even when she's not even singing. Like, I was discussing with a student last night. We were working on a performance of his because he's going to do a competition this weekend. And we were analyzing some different singers singing the song that he was going to sing. And we were focusing on the stage performance, so the stage movements. And we were seeing two singers singing that song. And one of them sang really, really well, was like really shy on stage, wasn't moving a lot, and another singer was doing a lot of movement. He basically owned the stage. From that alone, you already have a whole different perspective of the song, of the performance. And here, like, she's not even singing, but we look at her face and we feel. And I can't stress that enough. That's the main purpose, the main function of vocal technique, is to be able to express what the song is asking you to be expressed. So, yeah. Alright guys, that's Alicia from Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. If you've played the game and you're experiencing that after playing the game, I kind of envy you. I'm sorry, just because I wanted to have that experience. Unfortunately, I plan on playing the game in the future, but I cannot wait. Right? As a vocal coach, I had to listen to this right now. If you want to develop your own voice, for you to also be able to express yourself, truly express yourself with your singing, I'll leave the link for my online course, Building Your Voice, down below. There we talk about active vocal schemes if you want to sound powerful and strong and belt out those high notes. We talk about passive schemes whenever you want to sound soft, dramatic, gentle, intimate. We talk about ornaments like vibratos, runs, yodels. We have a module focused on vocal distortions, how to learn, train, and apply them in a safe way for your voice. We talk about vocal warm-ups to properly warm up your voice. We talk about the proper breathing and breathing support techniques. We talk about vocal physiology if you want to learn more about how the muscles that you have inside your larynx, they work and how to specifically work on them. We also have a lesson on how to create your own vocal exercises in case you're facing challenges within your repertoire and you want to work in a more specific way towards those challenges. We have a vocal exercise library with a lot of exercises for each of these techniques that we cover inside the course. And we have a bonus module on music theory for singers. So again, that's my course, Building Your Voice, linked down below. Also, if you're curious, and I hope you are, about my singing, I'll also leave a link down below for you to listen to my music. I just released a couple weeks ago a new song of mine, a rock song called The Crown Might Fall. I hope you give it a listen and you tell me what you think of it. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. Enjoy your day. enjoy your coffee, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change, and not the world.